and the ancestors are looking out for us. God Hayes is exposing them, man.
Okay, you see that chair right there? See how big it is?
Yeah.
Now look at the Pope chair under it. Scroll down, look at the Pope chair under it.
Never have it been made so clear.
Young TV. Young.
We running the game right now.
Young TV.
Time to take over.
Young
We the hottest in the game. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. If you just not tuned in.
TV.
Share, like on your Instagram, Facebook.
Young TV.
If you tuned in, we broadcasting live from 2030, baby.
Young TV. Young
Taking over the game, baby. Oh yeah.
Young TV.
Hit that like.
Young TV.
Get them likes up in the air, you heard me?
Young TV.
Ride by. Hotel Islam.
Young TV.
Assalamu alaikum. Flow lesson.
Young TV.
Hit that like.
Hey, Robot, peace and hair grease. We brought you here today to talk about Operation Ghostbusters because we was going through some files and looking up some stuff, and we came across the Miami incident with the alien thing. And I remember it happened last year, but I didn't speak on it. But I came across a lot of clips on it, and I was thinking, and I was looking more into it, investigating it, and I think I know what happened. I heard a clip also from Red Pill when he was on Black Magic channel. He changed it now to, I think, 363 Empire. Shout out Black Magic. I think Red Pill gave a good analogies on it, on what his thoughts were on how what may have occurred. But looking more into it, to go more in depth into it, and then I got some more takes because people coming on and they saying they want more extraterrestrial tapes, and when we put them out, they get scared. They get scared of all this stuff, like the Project Serpo. People scared of they are subscribing because of Project Serpo. And if you think that that's light, Project Serpo compared to what the government, the Dark Space Program and all that, go get the book called Dark Space Program. The Project Serpo is light. That's like cupcake. That's cupcake information. Project Serpo, about them going to the Ebens planet. And look, for the people that's like that series, is one more part. I'm almost done with it. I just got to put the pictures to it, and I'm going to drop it probably tomorrow, the part 4. So it's 4 parts to that Project Serpo, right? And so it's a whole drawn out long story, and we put every single detail that we can find in it's a diary called Skip Diary that leaked. I got some crazy videos I'm about to show y'all though. But it's also footage that leaked about the diary, about the dude writing down everything when they went there. I pretty much got everything, got the diary, all the details about the different aliens they seen, and how, like, once they started explaining to them, like, down there, like, at least 70% of the galaxy is populated with some type of creatures. And they actually don't like the word creature, because when you say creature, that means animal to them. Versus a living sentient being. Like they look at it different, even though they don't eat animals on the Evans planet. But the Project Serpo, for you people that haven't watched those tapes, is about the 12 government hand-picked people by Eisenhower and Kennedy to join the exchange program where they will go to the Ebens planet for 13 years, and the Ebens will come here for a certain amount of years, and they will exchange knowledge. To make a long story short, it went down like they say, but only 7 people made it back. Some of the people died on the planet. One of the dudes died in transaction, and maybe that was because he probably, and then based on his rank, he must have trying to do some investigation on their ship and got himself killed. That's what I think. Because he got out the pod, he wandered around. He's like he was doing some investigation on what was going down by itself. And then rule number 1, and if you're a military guy, that you always go, you never go nowhere by yourself. You always have a battle buddy. That's what they taught us in the military. But but that, like, if you want to watch that story, and that's actually based on documents that they still covering up that ties into the Roswell crash, right? Because the Roswell crash were the Ebens, and allegedly they crashed because of a magnetic storm. But I got videos, and I'm gonna put them on. It's gonna be on another tape where I show you that the Africans had fighter jets donated to them from the U.S. that had laser weapons on in the 80s. And I already told y'all that they had these, they had drones with lasers on them during the 60s and 50s when Eisenhower had that meeting with them guys at it was Air Force Base in 1954. They already had laser, because I had a picture of it, and it was on my old hard drive, but some kind of way I can't even get on it. My old hard drive, they got all the videos, so I had to go back and try to find some of the videos. I found some of the old videos that I was going to use for this one. But we're here to talk to you about the Ghostbusters. And the reason why we say Ghostbusters is because of the incident that happened at in Miami at the mall. This incident about to get ready to come back up, or what really happened. They tried to cover it up. Every police in Miami arrived at this place. I think it was 180 to 150 to 180 cops arrived to the mall. And then their excuse was it was a bunch of kids popping firecrackers. But I got key eyewitnesses I'm going to bring on in this tape. They all get the same thing. They all say the same thing, that it was some 9-foot beings that came out of this vortex. They started walking through the mall. That's what they said, right? Now, based on the descriptions that everybody given, it kind of fit the description of the Venom character. If you ever seen that movie Venom, the black being with the white eye, it kind of fit that description based on what they given. Another thing too, is that some kids, this is what I found interesting though. It was some children, and I think I got that clip about the dude standing on the balcony talking about the kids that plugged in the box. All right, so also think about this. This sounds like a CIA operation or some kind of test run or something like that. That's what it sounds like to me, but it could be something else based on all the perspectives that I got. But that could be part of it. But these kids, let me give you part of the story, and then you tell me what you think about this part. Some kids are coming to the place with backpacks on. All of them got backpacks on. They look like nerdy computer type guys. Kids, right? But I don't think they can nerd. I think they part of a program, right? That's what I think. And then they all of a sudden they talking stuff, and then they plug in some kind of device. Some people say it look like a CD player. They plug in a device, tell everybody watch this. Boom, the lights start flickering. All of a sudden, it looked like a vortex open up right in the middle of the mall. I think I got pictures of that too. The dude that was on the balcony said that he saw somebody stick an arm in like a black energy type beam, stick an arm and a leg out of this place. So out of the vortex. And so these beings come out and start walking through the mall. Now let's get some clips on what these guys say, and then we're gonna put it together. But them kids dressed with the backpacks, and then they plug a device in. It could be tied into Project Bluebeam. But let me take my glasses off so I can see. All right, we're gonna get to some of the we're gonna get to Credo and Mutwa tapes. Matter of fact, let's get into some of these guys' tapes though. First though,
We at Foot Locker or whatever. Next thing you know, you start hearing all this commotion outside, sound like firecrackers or something. So, you know what I'm saying? I grab her close. I'm like, yo, we about to get up out of here, because I originally thought that they were shooting. You know what I'm saying? I thought, some type of gunfight had broke out, whatever the case is, because we're not familiar with Miami, we're not familiar with the city. So I'm like, damn, I ain't even got my blick. So you know what I'm saying? We about to swerve. Next thing I know, it's like crazy. Like, we just see all these people running, like, fat chicks, old ladies. Like, I'm talking about moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, old people even move. I'm talking about moving. So, my girl, she like, what's going on? I'm like, fuck all that. We out. Like, I'm not going to ask no questions. We just going to follow the crowd. Next thing you know, real, like, gunshots start going off. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, we trying to follow the crowd, get out of there. I look back, no cap, yo. No cap. I look back. It looked like a big ass shadow, but it was solid at the same time. Like a few shadows, but they were solid at the same time. And it almost looked like they was coming our direction, like they was chasing us, but they was disappearing and reappearing closer. So I'm like, yo, what? So we start really moving. Next thing you know, we start hearing more gunshots. Like, these dudes start firing at this shit. Get outside, mad police, all that. You know what I'm saying? The police is like trying to get all the people that ran out the mall. They like trying to like detain these people, whatever. But me and my girl, we ended up just sliding past all that and everything like that. But a lot of people saying, why didn't nobody film and all that? When that type of shit is going on, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that, like some paranormal, nobody thinking about no phone. You know what I'm saying? Everybody going survival mode. But for real, they lying, yo. It was all them officers and all that. They was not there because of no kids fighting. It was really some like movie shit going on in there, yo. So
I don't know how to say this, man, but man, I was in Miami, bro, and I was getting a burger and some shoes, and I heard a loud noise, and I just saw these 8-foot something, bro. I don't know what it was, but man, then the arms start coming out, bro, and the eyes was turning red, bro. I just ran, bro. Like, I don't even want to come to the internet with this shit, man, but I was there, bro, and it's true, bro. I saw something, bro, and it was like 8 feet or 10 feet. The eyes was glowing. Man, I just got to tell this because I see a lot of fake shit out there, bro, but I was there, bro, and it's real.
Just gonna be honest, me and my brother were there in Miami, and it's so crazy that you guys don't believe in that, but we saw 12 fucking goddamn foot fucking aliens, no fucking lie. And what happened when my brother tried to record, everything turned off.
A loud explosion. That's when
there was a lot of
everybody
explosion.
in there. Everybody run. All you seen was a bunch of little 14-year-old, like 15-year-old kids.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Fucking running, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, and then immediately everything turned off. Everything turned off. And so that's
what I saw, bro.
Yeah, that's why nobody has any of that footage. That you guys are wondering why you didn't get the footage, because as soon as everything turned off, as soon as you saw that creature, everything turned off.
I seen a man on stilts. That wasn't no fucking man on stilts.
No, it wasn't no man on stilts. How do you have a man on stilts when it was a shadow creature? Get the fuck out of here.
That motherfucker was moving like it. Nah, dog.
And they're gonna take.
all right, so that's a couple eyewitnesses saying with the same exact thing, similar, saying that they saw some tall 8 foot creature that was fading in and fading. I got some more clips too. People giving the same story. Even the dude that the FBI or the Homeland Security was following for the original footage. They had a camera. The dude Fitz or whatever from New York. His family was in the mall. It's a 10-minute long tape. I'm out to slide it to my laptop, but it's a 10-minute long tape where he tell the story. He like one of the guys that was standing right there. They seen the thing, right? So. Based on, like I said, it's I always like to give 3 perspectives on it. And like I said, I heard Red Pill talk about it on Black Magic Channel, and it was right here, might be a year ago. And and I think his analogies were pretty accurate. And all he gave more a whole bunch of perspectives too. This what could have happened based on what I think. Now from the first angle, whatever device this was, it could have been a government planted device, and it could have been one of those advanced hologramic Project Bluebeam devices that they was running the test, because they like to run tests on different stuff in Miami. Remember, they had that dude out there. They test that bath salt, which is part of the formula for the zombie apocalypse drug. Where that dude's out there eating somebody's face, and the cops shot him 200 times, and he still was eating the guy's face. They were down in Florida. Like a lot of weird stuff happened in Florida. What else? Okay, yeah, let me go back. So this box, and keep in mind, they was thinking about to overthrow Fidel Castro. They was thinking about using the hologram back then when they was trying to overthrow Fidel Castro in the 60s. They was thinking about projecting a hologram over a Jesus over Cuba to try to overthrow him. Right? These people, they've been had tsunami waves. We can get into all that, but so that's the first angle, that this could have been some kind of test device where they ran a test, and it was some kind of advanced thing where they could do the Project Bluebeam, and they tested it in that model to see how people respond, and they responded with hysteria. They probably had the firecrackers and M16 firecrackers for special effects. Probably had some dudes in there with some guns, with some prop guns, making all the shit going, right? So that could have been one angle, right? That'd been like some kind of government operation. But then, and the people would get the same response that they got, like as if it was real, right? But then it's another perspective that, hey, what if these nerd guys put some shit together, right, in their garage and added extra components and cross did some shit that they didn't know what they was doing, and then just so happened when they tried to plug it up, it locked into the grid on that mall, and then at the same time, these extraterrestrials was going through a porthole to try to go through Antarctica, because there's some people that made connections with the mapping system that they gave with the longitude and latitude of where the portal supposedly opened up at. It was supposed to open up in Antarctica somewhere. So what if these beings got a base down in Antarctica, right? So essentially, these guys, these young boys who had whatever this device was, couldn't have probably got it from the government. Maybe it was something they put together in their garage, and then they plugged the joint up, and they don't know what it's gonna do. They think it's gonna do whatever they like, whatever they probably designed it to try to do, and they plugged that shit up, and they short the whole mall out, and boom, and then all of a sudden it connects with these beings who doing going through a wormhole at the same time, and it just start their wormhole and causes it to pop up at the mall. They think they at the base or wherever they was headed. They step out. Oh shit, we at the mall. Because if they were aggressive, they would have got at them, started attacking people. Some people shot at them. But what made it weird to me is they said that the police, when these beings walked outside, the police surrounded them with their car and started blowing a horn. So maybe, but this another part. I heard some government officials that came out and said certain things. They said they really couldn't talk on it that much. That was crazy about me. If it was all that weird, why could they talk on it? But then he said something that caught my attention. He said the Navy portal team came and retrieved these beings and took them back through the portal. So I'll tell you, a Navy portal team. That sounds like some Ghostbuster type shit right there. That sounds like the Ghostbusters. So what if these beings, because Doc already talked about interdimensional beings in the Holy Tablets. How about these beings that can go in and outside of the time, this reality, right? Some people don't like the word dimension. They say, oh, it ain't nothing but 3 dimensions. Well, how about density? That's what Doc called it. Doc said it was different densities. frequencies or waves, right? But there's different words for it. But these beings, what if they what you talking about as ghosts, and that this Navy intelligence portal team, which is made up of SEALs and intelligence, what if they the real Ghostbusters to catch these people when these people come out? Because they had to hold them there with a loud sound, and then these people pop up with some shit that look like Ghostbusters shit. And then they wipe everybody's phones out and tell them they ain't seen nothing. They crazy if they thought they seen something. But all these people that was there saying the same exact thing, man. So what if like it was an accident? These kids accidentally opened up a vortex, whatever device they had, and boom, that's the second scenario. The third scenario is these beings actually want y'all to know they exist, and they popped up to make an awareness, because this right here about the reason why I'm telling y'all this is because this is about to happen again. We coming back around that same time where it happened last time. I think it's about to happen again. Now, whether it be staged or not, fear is not one. It's one thing, but this about to get ready to happen again because our frequency is changing with the Schumann resonance, and with the Platean light lock. That's going to happen a lot. Where beings trying to get out, but they can't get out, so they're gonna show up in certain realities, and you're gonna be able to see them. Now, why would they have a misty look to them? Because that would give off the effect as a ghost. The way they explain it, it's like they were almost like ghosts, like they faded in and faded out this reality, and it was like a black thing. It sounds like it sounds to me like the Venom movie, the way they describe these creatures, right? But they must have been some type of. I heard of certain extraterrestrials who have the invisible belt. What it is, and this don't sound like the invisible belt. The invisible belt would bend the light frequency around their physical essence, and you won't be able to see them because the light bent around them. And they actually got these. The government actually got this technology right now. It's certain humans that actually show you just pull up invisibility boards, and they hold the board up and they stand behind it, and you see that it shows invisibility. Right, so they got these plexiglass invisibility boards that can bend light frequency around. So the government already using it. I don't want to get too much into that because they using it on a lot of some of their aircrafts. I actually got a video of them testing it out. I don't know if that was Area 51 or what. I think it was Area 51 where they was testing it out at. Where they got this, they put this outer plexiglass technology that these people showing when they show they invisible. So like I said, that it could have been that these beings, but like I say, the people say that they looked at malevolent looking, but they didn't attack nobody. That's one thing. So now, we just wanted to address that part at the beginning, and we're gonna come back with more on that when we bring back the dude Fitz with all the long things. But now I want to talk to you about Credo Mutwa and about other beings on other planets, because it's some people on our planet that still think that there's no other existence outside of this planet. They can't get outside of this planet. Can't nothing get in, can't nothing get out. Well, that they right now because of the Platean light lock. But before the Platean light lock, they saying that nobody can get out, nobody can get in. Right? And then I just asked a simple question. Well, then how do meteorites get in? And they say, oh well, we don't want to talk about that. They can't get out. The firmament, the water in space, the water in space. Yeah, it's water in space. Water is gas, really. It's liquid gas. It's gas slow down to liquid form. You don't believe me? Go put some water on a bowl and leave the top off. What you get? Gas. Into this, because Credo Mutwa gonna talk about what the ancestors used to say.
The wise men with the gray beards and the wise women with the gray hair used to say this, and I heard them again and again in my long journey of initiation. It is an insult to believe that God, the great planter of life, only planted life upon this, our shabby little world. No, there are other worlds besides ours. There are other worlds beside our Mother Earth, upon which life exists. The Africans even went on to describe 14 of these worlds. Some have got huge freshwater lakes which are as big as seas, but no oceans. It is said that only 2 worlds are covered with salt water. The first one is the world of the normal. The first encounter between Africans and extraterrestrial beings occurred more than 7,000 years ago. It is said that a door opened in this strange metallic sphere, and out of the sphere there came a long line of strange creatures, creatures that walked like human beings, creatures that had webbed feet and webbed hands. The leading creature lifted up its stick and its right hand, and it addressed the people as follows. People of this world, we are the Numu people. We come from the land of the star of Kiridahu. We come from the star you know as the star of the red dog. Listen to our words, because we have been sent by a very high one in a high place to make certain truths known to you. The people listened spellbound as the strange creature spoke. It spoke for days, we are told, telling our people about the mysteries of the cosmos. It spoke for days, we are told, telling our people about the mysteries of creation. The creature told our people that the race of humanity was once great amongst the stars, that human beings were once the leading race in the great cluster of stars, the galaxy. The creature said that because human beings were so vicious, so aggressive towards other intelligent creatures and towards living things in the great kingdom of the worlds.
Hey y'all, so you heard Credo Mutwa say that the ancestors said that some beings, that it's foolish to think that the God of the universe only created you on this small little blue dot. That's what it is. A small little dot on the outskirts of the galaxy. And then they went on to describe 14 worlds, some of them covered with fresh water, and these are the worlds that's in the dog star. The dog star is Sirius A, Sirius B. the cannabis major, all these star systems, right? It's beings that live there according to the ancestors. Some kind of way for all these people that saying that it's not real, you under the spell of sleep, the spell of Kingu, that got one part of it got initiated by the Rockefellers when they set up the 1903 General Educational Board. They didn't want none of this out. The Smithsonian Institute, that's what you're dealing with. That's why you don't saying it's not real, this and that. That's why. The ancestors I already knew. The ancestors was in contact with the extraterrestrials. The Hopi, the Dogon, Credo Mutwa, right? Of the Twa. He really, I think he was Zulu. But of the Mutwa means, Mu means one of, and then Twa means the Twa man. The Twa man is the 4 foot short, 5 foot man. They don't get no taller than 5 foot. And he mixed with extraterrestrial. What extraterrestrial he mixed with? The Greys. Credo Mutwa talk about the Greys on here. Now let's see if we talk about the Greys.
These creatures looked exactly like this. They are the type of alien creature that has been known and feared throughout Africa for generations. This creature is about 3 feet tall. It looks for all the world like a child who is on the last stages of dying of malnutrition. It looks exactly like this, and it has a strange smell, which once you smell it, you shall never forget it. This creature is known by the Zulu-speaking people of South Africa as a Mantindane. The word Mantindane comes from the verb ntinda, which means to abuse, to fiddle with, and to torture by interfering with the victim's genitals and other private parts. Zulu warriors used to wear a strange cup-like device over their private parts under their loinskins. The Zulus were so afraid of having their semen stolen by the Mantindane that they found this type of inconvenience acceptable, rather than that they should face the trauma of having things done to them by these beings.
Is there in some of the caves in Africa, some of the Zulu tribes and other tribes run into these beings and get into battles with them. And they got different stories about you can't look them in the eyes and you got guard your testicles because they like to they like to probe cats. They talking about the bad ones though, the ones who aren't supposed to be here. They call them marker beings, right? But then you got the Ebens, you got like 70 different species of grays, right? But that's just one incident. Credo Mutwa them don't got. They talking about they got pictures of these beings before David Icke. They got statues of these beings. The Hopi got drawings on the wall of the graves. It's pictures in ancient Kemet of the carvings of these graves. Like, so it's been our ancestors been dealing with these beings. It's just you just a journey come late. Everybody, all of our ancestors knew about these beings. All of us as natives, what you think the mounds is for? They landing pads for extraterrestrial crafts. That's how you think Tartarian civilization was advanced, because we was in back and forth with extraterrestrials, especially from Venus, like Nikola Tesla from Venus, Valiant Thor, who was working with the government, with Eisenhower and them. He the one that told Eisenhower and them at the meeting at Edwards in 1954, don't mess with the Ashtar Command. And definitely, you don't want to get in bed with these marker beings, but they got in bed with them anyway. They got in bed with the marker beings anyway in exchange for the marker beings gave them some shit that they knew they weren't going to figure out anyway, and in exchange to adopt 250,000 people. But they adopt way more than that because they don't give a damn what they going to do. And then, not only that, the government went so far as to stage a Hollywood scene, according to some people, stage some of these abductions to make people look like feel like they got really abducted, but it'd be people with chicken suits on, with chicken, kind of dressed like the Space Guard guy. The same thing Space Guard doing. They dress up like Space Guard and they go in there and rape people and put it on tape. These elites. So they going as far as that. But you heard Credo Mutwa, and he told you about a group of beings called the Nomos, those who claim to know the most. And these are the same guys who came to set up the because like we said on the tape we put out, I think about a couple of days ago, it's called The Final Battle, right, on the video side. Well, we told you this is an elaborate plot against Mother Earth. This is an elaborate extraterrestrial plot against Mother Earth and the Earthborn and her children. This is an elaborate plot. They weren't supposed to be here. They breaking galactical law, right? So for the last seem like under 10,000 years, a lot of funny stuff been going on behind the scenes with extraterrestrials who weren't supposed to get involved. And so, but you hear the Africans saying that, hey, this is what these guys look like. There's some little gray man, and he got pictures of them right there drawn. That's exactly what they look like. And I think I got another clip in here where Credo Mutwa goes along to say that the guys that they show in their films, especially like Venom, which was that them creatures allegedly popped up, they must have had pictures and videos of these beings already in order to put a movie out about it called Venom. And then all of a sudden the beings really pop up inside of them all, 3 of them. And there's another movie out about these beings too. I can't remember the name of the movie, but in the movie, these beings, they can actually shade shift to look like humans. But it's hard for them to completely mimic all the way a human. You could tell that there's something off by them when they come into this realm and they get all the way down to a human, right? It's you could tell because the way they be looking, like they head turns is like sharp turns, like a robotic, and so you could tell, hey, something off about these guys. And allegedly they were kidnapping humans, running tests on them, and not tests like probing them. They are going to test on them, like put them into pull them into their reality and put them into this like kind of similar to you ever seen the movie Cube, or what it's called, where they put them into this cube and they got to figure out how to get out, and it's kind of like Saw, where they have all these death traps in it, like they're about to die, right? So these beings actually kidnap people and pull them into that in the 4th dimension to this reality, and then put them through these different tests to run tests on humans. And they've been doing it for a while. And then in the movie, they show all this in the movie. Man, I'm gonna think of that movie because they come out looking like pale white men with hats on, but they end up seeing what they really look like, and they really look like just what the people explained that happened at the bar. Right, they could go in and out of this reality, and they say they kidnap people and pull them into this reality and run tests on them. And essentially, these beings would whatever they were trying to figure out, it wasn't good. But at the end, they got exposed, and they showed what they showed that they was like these smoke beings that they were talking about, right? So that's one thing. I wish I can remember the name of that movie, but I remember seeing it. And then when I went to study that stuff about the Miami thing, I said that it was a movie about that. And Venom was one, but it was another one. But it's like this. If you think that you the only people and that nobody's out, your government ain't been out of space to other planets, you got a long way to go, man. And then too, you forgetting about, man, it's so many projects. I got a couple of them out, but I'm going to finish all the rest of them. Like Project Deep Freeze, like Your Earth is really hollow. They know all this. The government know this. They know your Earth is hollow and that it's a whole other world in the center of the world. And they got oceans, mountains, whole cities down there. And then it got animals that they thought that was supposed to be extinct down in the center of the Earth. All the original DNA, every life strand that ever existed on Tiamat, it still exists on Tiamat. It's just the stuff that they didn't want on the surface, they put it to the inside. I'm telling you, man. Hey, if you think that's creepy, that ain't nothing. Try to go down there to the Dewani's cave and get ate by a big, huge spider. The Dewani's are the little furry, little, they like about 5 foot tall. They hairy. They're the one you make the stories about the leprechauns, right? And the Oompa Loompas and all them, right? Well, these guys really exist, and they came up and mixed with humans, especially Hindus, right? And that's where you get the hairy features from. They made a series about these beings called Alf. Well, not about him. They just put him in the series. It's called Alf. The being in Alf, them beings really exist. Where do you think they get this from? And then for you people that say, oh yeah, they be making shit up, man, from where they make it up from? Because it's like this. You can't make a cake from nothing. You gotta have egg and all of it. You gotta have the stuff that already exists to make the cake. Flour, this and that. So if they made the cake, where did they get the ingredients from for the cake? Because somebody was coming on and saying, "Oh, this you got this. This sound like a movie. Project Serpo. This sound like a movie. Of course, it sounds like a movie. That's what it's supposed. That's what it's supposed to do when the CIA is controlling Hollywood and they send all their secret files. Some of it stuff blacked out to tell them what kind of movie they want, and they put it out. So when people like me or anybody else they come out talking about it, Billy Carson, Greer, what's the dude named Greer, the white boy? He really, I think he really a Syrian reptilian. Here to help us in a way, but I don't know. I think he here to help us in a way. But it's like this. Like I said, so the truth, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Being that they keeping they coming out every day with new information. If you watching the news and watching the well, they don't even play it on the news. You got to go to certain channels and they plan it every day about them disclosing the information every single day since Trump been in office. They disclosing something every day, right? If you're paying attention. But what's gonna happen is it's gonna be mass hysteria just like it was in Miami. Because still people that saying, no, Jesus, you better believe, call on Jesus. Yeah. Man, what you gonna do when you call on Jesus and these beings still, these beings don't even faze them? I'm telling you, man, they set us up, bro. They setting us up for the event, man. The extraterrestrials told them they got to the end of this year to start disclose. They've been disclosing a lot of stuff, though. I'm trying to tell you every day. Hey, if you paying attention every day, a lot of stuff. So, but they hadn't, and they leaked certain files. I got a matter of fact. Let's see if I got this file of the inside of an extraterrestrial craft at Area 51. I think I got that.
A whistleblower leaked this footage of the interior of a UFO. Now y'all look at this. Now allegedly this UFO was hidden inside Area 51 for over 40 years. And if you look at the interior of this UFO, this looks like something we cannot understand. And once you go inside, I heard it could be as big as a football stadium.
Hey, y'all seen that? Let me run it
back.
A
whistleblower leaked this footage of the interior of a UFO. Now y'all look at this. Now allegedly this UFO was hidden inside Area 51 for over 40 years. And if you look at the interior of this UFO, this looks like something we cannot understand. And once you go inside, I heard it could be as big as a football stadium.
I remember seeing pictures of that crab, but I never seen the inside of it. Now I'm seeing the inside. I remember seeing somebody leak the pictures of that crab, them working on that crab at Area 51, but I never seen the inside of it. Now I'm seeing the inside of it. That shit look crazy. It look like something. It don't got no chairs and nothing. So everything must be mentally hologram. Cause I heard about something like that they got these ships that some extraterrestrial got mental hologram ships because they certain type of beings that don't need that type of seats and all that to travel. You know what I'm saying? It'll blow your mind of what the government know about this stuff, man. I'm telling you, man. It'll get you. It'll freak you out. it'll creep you out. About the veins that's like that chick on Serpo that video up Serpo I just put out on the video side, where she said she went to they saw they was on the planet Serpo, and they was having lunch with they was eating some food right at the chow hall with these grays or these Eben grays. The Eben grays are pretty much new. They pretty much benevolent. Those it's a couple benevolent. It's about 200 kingdoms of grays, but it's like 70 different types. It might be more now. But last time we did the frequency, it was 70 different species of them, but it might be more, like I said, but it was 200 kingdoms, and at least 1/3 of them got sacked by the Dragon reptilians, and they got made re-enslaved by the Dragon reptilians. And the main leading group of that was running the whole operation, they call the marker beans. That's the ones that the government made a deal with at Edwards Air Force Base. And they're the ones that were doing they're the ones that do all the abductions. They're the ones, because the Ebens don't do abductions. Right? And that group is it's like the family race to the Ramadians. The Ramadians are the original Greys. Another name for them is the Asgards. These Asgards, that's what they call the original Greys, these Ramadians. But like I say, these Ebens are spin off of them. Like I say, it's like 7 different ones. But they mostly benevolent. But they seen this being while they was eating, they walked by and they asked the Eben guy, hey, what's that? Like, where they from? And the Eben guy gave him a name, but come to find out, it panned out that there was one of those mantis creatures. Now I got a tape coming out on that too, because a whole bunch of people have contact with them they've been abducted by them, and their planet is actually only 4 light years away where they live at. They only 4 light years away. They real close. So if Earth was going to get invaded, these people ain't no joke. They real aggressive, but they can be shot and killed though, because allegedly one of them escaped from Papoose Mountain, Papoose Lake, where they got had the secret underground base where it was housing extraterrestrials as prisoners before they got the one on the dark side of the moon. And one of them escaped, and somebody shot, and one of the guards shot him like 4 or 5 times, and he didn't die though, because they can read these beings according to the documents, is they can regenerate themselves. And this information leaked out because the FBI, everybody got involved. The fire department, everybody was involved, because the dude that shot him was a civilian. Yeah, man. So man, this is the beginning of the disclosure. This first year. Wait till next year. Man, half the stuff they already said you don't believe. I'm telling you. These folks been going, they done went to over 300 different planets through using the Stargate. They put a whole series out about it called a Stargate series. Go watch it. That 95% of that is true. Really, all of it is true. They just crossbred certain ancient Egyptian teachings and twisted them around because they wanted to make us look like the bad guys. Right? Make us look like, they said that these Go'us. The Go'us is another name for Netarus. And then that also tie in with the Vril, these lizard guys who live into the center of the earth. I'm telling you, man. And they found the Stargate in Egypt in 1928. I'm gonna tell you how they found it. You can look this up. Go on TikTok and type in British archaeologists find Stargate in Egypt. And he gave a story which they scrapped and had him took out. He said that the thing was activated when he walked through the thing, and it was activated. And when he walked through, he said he walked into a whole nother planet. And then he got scared and then turned around and came back. And him and his buddies, and they went and told the people, the British, what it was. They got the thing and moved it to a secret location. And then they couldn't figure out. They still couldn't figure out what it was. They just put it in a museum for like 10 years. And then the U.S. government got wind of it. They didn't want Hitler to get a hold of it. So in 1939, they actually had it shipped over here. and I think it was to they act like they were sending it to the University of Chicago. I think it was, but the ship got sunk off the coast of I think New Jersey. And then all of a sudden, all the artifacts came up missing. Yeah, because the government, they sunk that. They made that ship like it was going, like it sunk, so they can cover up where they took that Stargate after that. They won't be able to trace that Stargate from that point. You say, because they'll say, oh, it just sunk and it's down there. We don't know what was all along there. You know, it's the classical move, man. You know, go do the study on that and do your back. It's also, I'm gonna tell you how stupid they is though. It also, they so stupid and they still ain't figured out a lot of the technology. They so stupid, they only got the Stargate off of there, but it was other devices on there too that looked like jewelry and rich ornaments and Egyptian jewelry, but it really was ancient artifacts. It was ancient artifacts that got ancient technology where the ancestors could put it on and walk through a wall. Start chanting, they can put this bracelet on. They got these certain rubies aligned in a certain way. It's gold with a copper thing doing through it. They thinking it's some kind of bracelet or something for some queen or something. And it's a dang on thing where they can chant a certain harm on that thing and then ignite and then dematerialize their body where they can walk through a dang on wall. But they don't know what it is. And so, just like the Ark of the Covenant, when they got that, they knew it was something, but they didn't know what it is. No, they did, and it's several different ones of these. And they claim that the people in Ethiopia said that they got one, right? Because they one of the tribes, right? The people, it's a group in Ethiopia that's one of the tribes. They connect back with us, but the original one was in America, and they got it. They found it in the Grand Canyon and took it to Area 51. And look. They had it in a warehouse, just sitting up with a tarp over it, collecting dust. Until one day, somebody went in there with like one of those I forget the name of them, but they check for radiation, right? And they go up in there looking, snooping around, checking this for radiation, and then they get to that, and then it goes out. It's like, oh, this is some kind of device. Then they start studying it. It is a device. It's an Anunnaki device. What it is, it's like a advanced telephone and a location device. That's what it is. And when you touch it, if you don't know what you're doing without rubber gloves, you can get shocked when it's activated. It's only when it's activated you get shocked. That's why they was moving it on poles, right? What it was is before they created the Ark of the Covenant, which was like a communication device or tracking device, so that Inky them could track the Israelites, and then he come when they call them, right? At first, before they was doing that, they would burn carcasses. And if you're familiar with burning carcasses, when you burn a carcass, it sends up a dark black smoke, and it pretty much like a smoke signal. A shout out, protected divinely, right? That's a fire name right there. For the super chat, big up. Yeah. So, what was I saying? So that's that part of it, right? Hold on. Hey, everybody, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. I'm gonna run some more clips real quick. So I want to get, because we got almost at an hour. Let me run some more clips.
There's a war happening in the skies between our ancestors and the Draconians. My third eye is wide open. I'm Newbie One.
Hey, like, look, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this part right here, right? I'm gonna play this part because I don't know what the hell just happened now. But I'm gonna play this part. Really the video I just played, right? The video I just played, I'm gonna play it, and it's really like, remember I told you that the Anunnakis and your ancestors were fighting against these reptilians who were here manipulating the world, right? So this is the actual footage that one of the tapes that I was telling you about them, the ships fighting each other in the sky. It's a battle going on in the sky right now outside of the dome, right? So this is the tape right here.
There's a war happening in the skies between our ancestors and the Draconians. My third eye is wide open. I'm Newbie One.
All right, yeah, on this next clip right here, right? Like I said, that clip was a clip of 2 UFOs battling. You saw our people blow them up, right? And get up out of there. Light speed, like, right? That's how we move, right? But this next clip I'm about to play is Credo Mutwa talking about one particular species of the Nomos. And these ones, these are the ones that came and that were the Drogon people. Every certain amount of years, these people would want, or well, it really was every year, I think, they would want a virgin, these Nomos, and then they start mixing with the Dogon people. These Nomos people start mixing with Dogon, having hybrid children, and they were dark-skinned hybrid children, and they lived underground. These is where you get your vampires from. The vampires come from these Nomos. And Doc talk about it in the Holy Tablets. I'm gonna have the links in the descriptions after the show. He talk about the Nomos coming and mixing in with the Africans, right? Especially the Dogons. In the Holy Tablet, he actually got like pictures of it and graphs of what happened and how it was a part of a ritual. And like say, Credo Mutwa just gave you the story of how these people came down in a metallic looking craft. They said, people of this world, we are the Nomo people, right? Those who claim to know the most. Because they always got a story. But them guys tricky. You can't believe everything the Nomo say because they tricky. They hard to rock around. I'm telling you, man. So here's one where he's talking about the ones, and they show these people in Star Trek, right? The one that got the I forget his name. He got the red and black face with the horns on his head. The ones that the royal Chitauli, they got the horns around their head. Right? Let's play this right here real quick.
One of the most secret stories that was revealed to me, sir, is about these beings. This story was revealed to me first in Barotsident, then in the country today called Rwanda, once known as Rwanda Urundi. Then I learned about this story at that time on the foothills of Mount Kilimanjaro. This is the story. A story you find throughout Africa. There was once a time when the blue sky was invisible, when the whole world was covered with mist, when you could not see the sun as it is now. You only saw it as a splash of white light moving slowly across the sky. At that time, there was an eternal drizzle every day of the year. At that time, people could not see the stars. People only saw the trees growing, trees which were very, very big. There was no desert at that time, only jungle everywhere where you went. At that time, say, people were what we call in Zulu, ngubili. A human being was both male and female in one body. And out of the sky, one day, came terrible objects. They were like gigantic bows made of huge gleaming gold. They were shaped like bows without strings, and they were bigger than the biggest mountains. They came out of the sky bringing great noise, black smoke, and fire with them. And out of those huge objects came them.
Yeah, so he talking about the Nomos when they came down, right? But it's like this. It's too many not to be grasped this, and it ain't no belief no more, man. It ain't no oh, we believe in aliens. Nah, it ain't no belief no more. It's that the Bible talk about it. Like it's just too much information to play dumb at this point about extraterrestrial life on other planets. It's just too much information. Billions of people giving the same accounts. Some people don't even speak English. Some people don't even got a TV or radio or telephone. They in the middle of nowhere, or farmers, saying that some crab pulled up and stole one of my cows. And then some farmers coming out saying, oh yeah, this thing, then my cow, I come out in the morning, it slit perfectly, like somebody had some kind of laser surgery and pulled his intestines out. Why? Because these marker beams, they use the intestines of people to make clones, just like the Ebens do. The Ebens make clones too, because they explain that on the Serpo tape, right? But Project Serpo is really old news. Everybody in the UFO community know about that. Project Serpo, about the 12 astronauts that went to the other planet, and that's just one incident. Like I say, don't even go into the Cheyenne complex in Colorado under the mountains. Don't even go into Los Alamos where they were crossbreeding different species together, dogs with humans, and cats with bats, and just whatever they could think of, they twisted mind could think of. And then some of the shit getting loose underground in one of the caves. In some of the caves, they made a movie about it called Slit, where one of them got loose and lived in a barn and actually made a baby with humans, because they were part human. It was a crossbreed between like a scorpion and some other, like a bat and a human or something. I'm telling you, man, creepy stuff. Some of that stuff, if you ain't ready for it, man, you could have a hard. If you ain't ready for being creeped out. They trying to get you ready for it with the space guards and all that. They trying to get you set up for it, man. Aliens gonna be walking around normal by 2030. I'm telling you, man. Like it's a normal thing. It ain't gonna be nothing. Oh yeah, that's just they gotta be like one of the homies chilling, just like they is now with the space guard thing, like they doing with the space guard. They just getting you ready. See, I believe that the extraterrestrials, they put them in that information, or put the thought in his head to do all that, just like there's some other people that's doing it now, like Funny Mike, to start dressing up like these guys, because Doc already said they was gonna do it. Doc said they was gonna do it a long time ago. He said they had already started doing it with the punk rock guys. They dress in all black, paint their fingernails black, black eyeliner, black everything black. Well, it's a certain group of demons, and we consider them as demons, but it's a certain group of extraterrestrials who are malevolent that come and looking like that. And so they got all these kids to dress like that, according what Doc said, and so now they can just blend in. It just look normal. And so you will see a guy walking down look like Marilyn Manson, right? One of these guys that wear all pale white looking with jet black hair, black fingernails, spiked boots. The Gothic guys. I'm kind of Gothic myself, but I don't remember that type of Gothic. You know what I'm saying? But none of that stuff scares. Like I say, like we didn't see all they worst acts. We didn't see Lucifer worst acts, man. And like I say, it gross you out. He can grow. Hey man, he got more. Old Lou, he got more than one way to gross you out. I'm telling you, man. You see some of the stuff they doing, grinding humans up and feeding them to you as burgers and chicken nuggets. Somebody found a teeth in a nugget the other day. And I said, they still eating them nuggets? I'm telling you, man. So, and it ain't nothing to it. Because extraterrestrials eat humans, they don't look at it like you. They don't look at eating you like you look at. They look at you like eating the chicken. It says, what's going to happen at 2045? Based on my calculations, by 2045, Barry Trump will be a world dictator. That's one thing that's going to happen by 2045. By 2045, a lot of people are going to be missing. Just disappear. And they ain't going to be around. And by 2045, cars will be flying. There won't be no more flying cars. There won't be no more fuel cars. They already, the military already driving around with cars that don't need fuel for years. Really, not cars like I say, like Navy aircraft carriers that's working off nuclear power and shit, unmanned aircrafts and unmanned Navy ships that run off nuclear power energy. That'd be more efficient to have a nuclear power craft there that's automatically unmanned. That's why, But how much pollution is that causing? Yeah, so I'll do a tape for you, Commando. What's gonna happen in 2045? I'll give my perspective. I think that the land Turtle Island gonna look way different than what it looked like now. As for the water gonna come up higher. Why? Because the ice cubes gonna melt. The ice cubes at the poles melting. I believe the Earth is gonna tilt a little bit back to her right degrees by then, causing a couple mountains, new islands to pop up, and islands that got sunk initially during the pyramid walls and sitting the walls of Mu. I think that those islands are gonna start to come back up, just like they showed you in the movie The Lost Island, where islands started to pop up. I think that's gonna happen. Volcanoes, you might see Yellowstone go off a little bit until they use certain this new type of technology they got to stop. They gotta keep in mind, the government, and I don't want to say too much, but they got technology that could cause earthquakes, they could cause volcanoes, tsunamis, they could cause it to rain, they could cause a drought, they could cause hurricanes, tornadoes. They'd already used this on us so many times. What you think Katrina was? They actually did the Katrina actually was the biggest oil heist in world history. That's what it really was. It was the biggest oil heist in world history. How do you think so? It's because, like Rod told you, they couldn't touch our natural wealth, the oil reserves. They couldn't touch it. That's why they wasn't selling. That's why they studied buying oil. U.S. Corps is buying oil from everybody else when America is the oil capital of the world. They ain't told you that. Hey, don't believe me. Go look up, is Oklahoma the oil capital of the world? And then they telling you about Saudi Arabia and Iraq and all these other places. And I'm gonna tell you, man, they don't want their cover to be blown. I'm gonna tell you why. Because check this out. The richest man that ever lived. I'm just gonna give you some key points. The richest man that ever lived was Mansa Musa, but he didn't get to become the richest man in the world until he allegedly sailed from Africa and came to America, got all the gold. His boat was almost about to sink into the ocean. He barely made it back over, had so much gold, and he go over to America and flood the economy. Go over to Africa and flood the economy. He flooded, almost crashed the economy because too much people had too much gold. Now, how's Africa got so much gold and a man came over here to be the richest guy? That's just one thing. The next thing, because I'm gonna tell you, I just want to slap somebody, like slap all the guys that was in on this, on lying to us and playing us. Then the all capital world, and you don't forget about the Black Wall Street and all that was on that man's land that they burned. All of a sudden, they burned this whole town down in one day, right? It said that some black dude looked at a white girl. You always pull that black girl, black dude, white girl move. They did the same thing with Emmett Till. But why is the Oklahoma the all capital of the world? America is the all capital of the world, but they telling you about all these other places. And then they go and pull, like I said, this brings us back to the biggest oil heist in world history, the BP oil spill. Because what they did is they caused Katrina. Katrina was the cover-up, right? And then meanwhile, they ran a horizontal well because the biggest oil reserves in America is down in New Orleans. They know this, right? And so they run a horizontal well, BP them, and Obama's in on it. You notice it happened when Obama was in office because Obama's got investments in BP. Judge Joe Brown already exposed them through his the money that got left to him through Lolo Sorrento, who was a big time dope dealer and pretty much the Doogie. We gotta say like that. Somebody driving the chat what Doogie is. He was the Doogie Connect for the CIA, and Obama's mother was CIA, and they put her on him to stay in contact with the Connect when they ended up putting them out of business as well after they got through with it. But that was Obama's. This nigga had a zoo in the backyard. That's how much money he was getting through the CIA and moving these stuff, right? And then Obama come back in and just pop up, and being that he was already, Bush was head of CIA, he connected with Bush, and so it was they just pushed him right in and groomed him to be president. But he was already in the CIA ring, and Bush knew him since he was a little kid. I got pictures of Obama in a picture with George W. Bush, and he a little kid. And they with Lolo Sorrento and his mother and his little sister, I think that is. So you already know about that scam. But let me get, I just want to give you all it. We're going really too far out, but let's go back to the BP oil spill. So what they do is drill a horizontal well in 2 hours because they can't steal our stuff. They don't got no rights to the land. They lost the rights to the land in 1933. That's why they filed for bankruptcy. And so what they did is put the humans up for collateral. All they got is humans they selling. They don't got no mineral rights. U.S. corps, right? So you hope you with me. So what they did is did a horizontal well, bust a hole in it, and make it like, oh, it just happened because of the hurricanes. They let the oil spill, a lot of our reserves spill out into the ocean, right? And then they make it like, oh yeah, well then they charge us to steal our oil. It's the biggest heist ever. They charge us the BP oil spill. We had to pay taxpayer dollars to get that cleaned up. And all they did is, if you notice something about, if you're an oil field guy, you know oil and water don't mix. So all they got to do is come in there and pull the oil and water into the ship, and then they got a machine that can separate the oil from the water. They just load all the oil up, pump the water back into the ocean. They sell off to a whole other country with truckloads, tons, millions of tons of oil. It was a sweet heist. But Trump, I hope Trump know all this. They got a file that goes over this, and the Bushes and Dick Cheney them, who own Hollenberg, they was in on it too. Hollenberg them was one that did the drill, the left hand drill to bust the hole, and then they got BP come in making like they were the cleanup guys. They scoop billions of dollars worth of oil out of the Gulf and then make off with it. Where all that oil went? Did they pump it back in the reserve? No, they kept it, and they went to the bank 2, 3, 4 times off of us. We've been getting Hollenberg. We've been getting robbed, and they probably gonna try to scrap this tape because I said all what I said, but it don't matter though. But that was the biggest haul. They heist us for almost half of our oil reserves. Well, not even half of it, probably like 1/3 of it, and charge us to do it. You charge guys to rob them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, pay me. I'm finna rob you. Pay me. Give me. Pretty much. It's like I want to rob you, but I don't got no gun. I don't got no mask. So I come to you, borrow some money for a gun and a mask, and then I get the gun and mask, then I come back and rob you. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened to us, pretty much. That's who these guys are, man. They're not human. They look like us, but they ain't us. Rod, keep telling everybody. These guys look human, but they ain't human. What type of dude would write the really Lynch letter? He ain't human, right? To take a woman, pull up, put two horses on her, pull her apart, stomp the baby to death. Come on, man. That's a maniac, a lunatic, a lizard, a synagogue of Satan. You don't think so? I'm telling you, man. And so, like I said, 2026, be looking for more extraterrestrial pop-ups and vortex opening. Be looking for them vortex opening out of nowhere. More of these events. Whether it's staged or not, just be alert, be aware, and have no fear. Because these interdimensional beings really can't do nothing. Man, look, do you know how serious it'd be if they would have messed with somebody at that mall? They probably messed up just by even showing up to that mall. I'm telling you, man. It's some beings that's higher than them that don't play around. And that wasn't them, because them beings will never do the higher beings will never make that mistake. George Bush he got billions of dollars. And then right when he died, he sent the letters out saying, hey man, they know they reject him. They know everything. Get out of there. They know everything. Yeah, that's right. We know everything now. Ain't no more hiding. It's so many whistleblowers coming out right now, man. Saying what these guys up to. It ain't even funny. So, man, look, we're going to come back. We'll take some questions, man, before we get up out of here, man. But if you're just not coming in, you got to roll it back. We was talking about the Ghostbusters, right? We were talking about the Ghostbusters and how that the guy mentioned that these beings at the Miami Mall, that they called in a Navy portal team. I'm like, what the hell is a Navy portal team? I even went and looked it up. It didn't give me nothing. They gave me a bunch of crap, right? And then I went and asked Chat GPT about it, and they said that, it's similar to the Ghostbusters. Like they come in, they capture these beings and send them back to where they come from, or capture them. And it also went into the description that said that they got special containers that's built out of a special type of material that they can lock these beings in. And it described it, but it was so many crazy words I can't remember exactly, but it described it. It described how they work. It says that it traps them in there. They called them. It referred to them as angelical beings. That they were a form of angelical beings, and that because the way people described it, they were going into liquid form. They were phasing out. So this another thing I gotta make. It says to Terus, their rules. Yeah, the Terus still down in the center of Earth, and the Derus, the Terus, Derus, and the Dewanis, and the Danako are still down in the center of Earth. That's the same people that Admiral Byrd said that he seen in his diaries. It's other people like it's another dude that write about him. His name is Richard Shaver. Richard Shaver got stories of him being abducted out of prison by the Derus. And he wrote a lot of comic books, and I think a lot of series of these I don't know what to call them, pamphlets or whatever, about these Derus, these elephant trunk looking beings. Doc talk about them in the Holy Tablets. So they still here, and they partially the reason why, at least the Danako are, they partially the reason why the government, the world elites having nuked the place and pretty much wiped us out. These beings showed up at the White House. And look, they said it was 2 7-foot guys walking around with George W. Bush at the White House. Go pull up that. If you can find that video of George W. Bush walking around with 2 7-foot guys at the White House with them big old heads. Those dudes were Danaka. It's a story about them too. They actually Riskins, right? And it's a story about them too in the Holy Tablets, about the 2 brothers that when they got caught, Enlil hung them upside down. And then they found, I think the government, I think what happened is the 2 brothers, the 2 Anunnaki brothers who were risking the Nako hybrids, they got hung upside down in the cave as a sentence for some reason or not another. And then the U.S. government went down in the cave and they found these guys down there and released them. And that's when you seen them with George W. Bush Sr., right? So I heard stories. Doc talk about it in the Holy Tablets. He talk about these beings that were trapped upside down. I'll think of their names in a minute. But they 7 foot tall. And then now it's these other 2 7 foot tall dudes walking around. One of them 8 foot tall, I think. He 8 foot tall. Man, come on. You think that ain't alien? 8 foot tall dude. That's an alien genetics, man. Anunnaki genetics. Not all the Anunnakis are 7 foot. Keep that in mind. Some of them the same height as us. Right? Some of them look like agreeable a certain species of reptilian. They can shade shift, but they agreeable reptilians. And they real strict at not breaking galactical law. But they are like what you call not police. They something like police, but they call them something else. They don't arrest nobody, but they do come and observe and report back to the to some certain councils on what's going on the planet. So let me break this part down too before we get out of here. So essentially, while all this is happening, a certain amount of y'all have came to the same point of agreement on as far as whatever this negative energy, parasite energy is on the planet, that's attacking our planet and attacking us. All of us, we got tired of this mentally, a whole bunch of y'all, and so now those universal beings have to come and answer to that. Like they had to come and say, okay, all right, we got to look into this because it's so much energy coming off this planet saying that they're being attacked from within. And so when they came down and did the investigation, they found out that, hey, these people are breaking major galactic law here. And boom, that's why all of them running the high. And ever since 2019, they all been running the high because this is when they put the Pleiadian light lock on, 2019. Then all of a sudden Donald Trump come in. All of a sudden the Epstein files. All of a sudden trucks getting found with just all kind of stuff just being revealed. Ain't no hiding it. They can't even come on TV no more because the TV won't hide how they look no more. They can't even hide how they look no more. So now they knew this time was coming. That's why they created synthetics, and now they got the hologramic, and AI things to make it to have people get these. Most of Donald Trump's speeches now is AI. A lot of them AI. If you noticed, a lot of his little short speeches that he give on certain things is AI. It's because they can't hide what they look like no more. I'm telling you, man. You're gonna be able to see them, and they're gonna be shifting in and out. And then after 2027, they can't even hide no more. They did their best to try to overthrow us though for a long time, but like I said, we already knew we was gonna win. Tahuti already said we was gonna win. Mikhail already said we was gonna win. We already won. If you spin now backwards, that's won. We already won, man. They can't mess with us in no kind of way. no spirit can mess with you in no kind of way that ain't in this dimension unless only thing it can do is make you hurt yourself, because not at least 90% of the spirits or these entities, they are bound by galactic law, and so you're in it. You got to invite them in, and that's why they show you in these vampire movies, in these different demonic movies, when a demon comes to somebody's house, right? They got to say, you got to say, come on in. You got to invite them in. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing if you want to get on a microcosmic level. When bacteria and viruses get in your body, you got to invite it in by what you eat, by what you drink, by what you consume, by what you put on your skin, by what you put, different things. So bacteria get in, they get invited in by you, by what you eat. And so it's on a microcosmic level, and it's on a bigger spiritual plane where you got to invite these devils in. You got to get that the devil. You got to hang out with the devil, man, to get busy with him, or invite him to hang out with you. I remember one time I had a homeboy that he get drunk and drive fast. I used to ride with him, man. And then once he did it one night, I didn't ride with him no more because he had the devil on him, man. I said, this dude risked it both our lives. Then one day he ended up flipping the car. He survived. Didn't have a scratch on him. I said, that's crazy, right? Because he was, possessed. Flipped the car 8 times and then don't got no scratch on him. Drunk driving. Yeah, racing. Crazy, man. Drinking that Mad Dog 2020, that cheap Mad Dog. What y'all know about that Mad Dog 2020, man? Oh, you got to be old school to know about that. We used to drink that Mad Dog 2020 in high school, man. That Mad Dog 2020 will make you do some strange things, man. You go rob a bank on that stuff, and I'm telling you, man, and don't even know you robbed the bank the next day. I done seen a dude drink that shit, and then next thing you know, he in the gas station pissing on the middle of the floor. I'm telling you, man, that Mad Dog 2020 got something in it. It's like fruit. It tastes like fruit juice, though, but it creep up on you. That gin, you said that Mad Dog ain't never Kool-Aid gin, right? That Mad Dog Kool-Aid gin. That's what it is, Kool-Aid gin. That's what we call it. That gin is that bumpy face, though. And just listen to the name, gin. That ought to tell you something right there. That's the name of the demons, gins, right? So you sipping on gin. They already telling you what the hell's going on. Yeah, that Mad Dog 2020, that you can get you get you about a pint of that joint, right? If you get you one pint of that joint, about $5 cash at the liquor, about $5 cash if you a drinker. And I guarantee, if you a heavy drinker, you probably gonna get you right. But if you ain't no drinker, don't try that at home. Don't try no whole Mad Dog, paint a Mad Dog at home and thinking that it's Kool-Aid and you gonna down it. Oh, this tastes good. And don't put it in the ice box and let it get the freezer and let it get froze a little bit where it's kind of icy. Then you pour it in like an ice. Oh man, like a daiquiri. Man, it's over with for you. You're gonna be out. Your boy's gonna be going through your pockets and everything. I'm telling you, man, they on that Mad Dog. They're crazy, man. That night train wine. Somebody said something about that night train wine. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. Hey Jones, that nighttime wine, some good stuff down. It'll slip up on you too. But it's some other. I wonder if that nighttime wine tastes like that. Like that dang on that Porters. That Porters. No, don't talk about that Porters. That Taylors. Is it Taylors or Porters? It might be Porters. It's some wine that's like 18 proof liquor, man. Join 1, 2, 3 sips of that. Hey, I'm a Native American, man, so it don't take me but one top to get one top for Native Americans. Man, look, if I drink one top of liquor, man, that's why I don't like. I'm a chiefer. I don't like drinking because one top have me where I can't even foaming out the mouth. I can't even walk, man, on one top. Now the wine, I can handle that, well, like a cup of wine, but just hard liquor. Oh man, they don't do good with natives. Hard liquor don't work for us. I'm telling you, man. My grandma, she couldn't nobody. My daddy, he can drink beer. He drink some beer. Now we can drink some beer, but hard liquor. On a land we used to have what they call white lightning. My daddy make it. It's called white lightning. You might know it as moonshine. but Native we call it white lightning. And that, man, I saw a dude drink a little mason jar of that and bust his heart out. Don't try none of that at home. Don't be messing with no moonshine now if you don't know what you got going on now. I mean, go and get no moonshine and try to bust that down straight. Unless you approved alcoholic. If you ain't no approved alcoholic, that means because I'm gonna tell you, approved alcoholic can drive all the way home drunk. All that approved alcoholic, but a regular drinker, nah, man, don't try that, bro. Yeah, white lightning. That white lightning will bust your heart. My dad used to make white lightning straight. So you got white lightning white lightning wine. He make that. That's how when you ferment the grapes and the rice and sugar. They put rice, sugar, yeast, and grapes. Let it ferment in a trash bag on the porch. Then he hold it up, drain it off. When he drain it off, you can leave it like that. It tastes sour and funky, but it'll get you drunk, right? That's the funky wine. They call it funky wine. But it's really like white lightning before you distill it. Now, if you take that off and just distill it, where it gets straight liquor, oh man, you got that straight white lightning. Yeah, I know how to make it. My dad taught me how to make it. Right. So but we as Native Americans, we can't drink that. We can't drink it, man. My grandma drank one top, she all on the ground. She a Washington. She drank one top, man. She had probably going somebody down. We can't handle that liquor, man. We can handle that peace pipe though. Give me that peace pipe. I get right. Give me that peace pipe. Yeah, the alcoholics with them. The alcoholics were the guys that came over. Actually, they landed, right, and mixed in with us. They came over with cowboy boots and cowboy hats, right? They had to get drunk and ride horses. Yeah, that White Irish Rose. Yeah, I remember that. Look, I remember that too. There used to be some cheap stuff. And that Palmer Sun. When you in height, when you getting out of when you young and you got that much money, you trying to get twisted. Yeah, that Palmer Sun. That we said that Paul really nasty to me now. Like I say, it's like cheap liquor. The best, like you got Palmer Sun. It's like cheap shit. Then you got the middle brand. That's Crown. And then you got my top line. If I want to get down, that's the Hennessy. That Hennessy is number one. That's what I like right there. If I get down, the Hennessy, because you're gonna get down, all right. Because that brown gonna take you down, and that white gonna make you hype. I'm telling you, man, that white gonna make you hype. I'm telling you. So it's like that part, man. But we ain't encouraging nobody to get drunk and drinking. But it's Friday. Have you a drink of wine, man? Don't drink and drive though. Have you some wine? I was watching the highlights of Shador Sanders. He's doing pretty good. Dion's boy up at the Browns. I don't watch that much football. I don't get a chance to really. But I watched the highlights of Shador Sanders. Shout out Shador Sanders, man. He represent his dad and everybody. He doing pretty good up there. I think he's gonna be a franchise player up there at the Browns. They ain't stupid. They already made 20 million off the boy jerseys. Already. He ain't played with 2-3 games. They already made 20 million off his jersey. That they finna get rid of that? Heck no. Heck no. They ain't that dumb. I hope ain't Cleveland that dumb. I see a lot of I say her thing cranberry and vodka. Yeah, that's classy right there. See? That's cranberry and vodka. That's almost classy right there. Get you a little more. They make martinis like that. Or they put you a little, and then I'll put a little cherry up in there. A little cherry up in their vocal. I'm putting a little cherry up in their voice over by Maria, right? Shout out Maria, man. I'm putting no cherry on top. You really get busy. Back in the day, we used to think that we was like Tupac. We used to try to get Hennessy and Alizé. Tangeray, Hennessy, Alizé, and Tangeray, like that was a 3 mix. Right? It was, like I say, if you're a Native American, and most of y'all on here, a lot of y'all on here natives, Some of us can drink, but most of the ones, the Native Americans that can drink a lot, they mix with Irish. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man. Because the Irish mixed in with us a long time ago. A lot of y'all got Irish. Go back and ask your grandma now. They say, oh, yeah, that white part, that why we got the light part, it's because of the Irish. I bet you. Especially if you're on the East Coast and you Muskogee or you Cherokees or you Choctaw, them down south, Seminole, all them got the Irish came over and mixed in with us because the Red Irish really was one of our families from one of our Nana's daughters. So they really Nubians with just freckles. They got their freckles spaced out, like Doc said, red hair with freckles. They one of the new tribes of Nubians, and you can tell the ones. You can tell the ones that's the ones, right? But it says, man, but can y'all feel it though? We won. Can y'all feel it? We already won, man. These suckers can't scare you. These elites, these Illuminati, we don't care what you got playing now. It's over. It's a wrap. Ain't no going past 6. Like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, the minute hand is on 6 and the hour hand is on 6, and you can't go over the 7. So they want to keep us in fear of what they got planned, or they gonna do this, they gonna do that. No, everything you doing finna get shut down. All the wealth you robbed finna get taken back. Like it ain't nothing. You finna be broke and poor just like when you came to our planet. And you gonna get something back to your planet broke and poor. You're not finna leave here with nothing you got. That's why the play 10 lock is on. Not gonna be able to take none of the natural wealth off this planet at all, because you'll throw off the balance of the system. The reason, one of the reasons why our planet is leaning like it is because they took so many pounds of minerals, so many tons of the Anunnakis. Yeah, and so no, they did a lot of the dirt, and I want the archaeologists, if any of them listening, go do your research. Go retest some of them bricks on the pyramids in the Giza Plateau and find out some of that dirt or some of that stuff used to make it is come from Mars. And then tell me extraterrestrials wasn't involved with doing it. For all the Nation of Islam, they say, "Oh yeah, no." They talk about the mother plane, but that's it. They don't go no farther than that. The Nation of Islam. They talk about the mother, and I love the Nation of Islam. We love the Minister Louis Farrakhan, and we love the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, right? We love the Nation of Islam, but they go on an extraterrestrial tip. They only go as far as the mothership. That's it. And then they say that the people that's flying it is humans, and that's partially true. The people that control it, all the 24 scientists they mentioned of in Revelations 24. I mean, Revelations 4, verse 4, where it says that these 24 elders, 20 and 4 elders, they do control the mother plane, but the mother plane, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said the people that was flying it looked like Orientals in the vision. And if you look at a gray can pass for Oriental, how they got slanted looking eyes. I'm telling you, man, but they, like I said, I ain't beating down on Nation of Islam. I'm just saying, when they only stay on the mothership. And then they any kind of extraterrestrial sighting, they always send it around the mothership. When some of the sightings are the baby planes, and like at least 20% of them. I got a whole bunch of videos of the mother plane. I already put a video out about it. But a lot of them sightings not the mother plane. Like the craft I just showed you, that didn't come off the mother plane. That craft come from a whole nother reality. The way it look, it don't got no seats. It don't got nothing in it. Then they say in the inside, it's as big as a football field. But the craft ain't nothing but 30-something feet in diameter. So it must be some kind of advanced spatial technology inside of this craft. And the government still ain't figured out how it works. Now, ain't that crazy? And then they pausing all the food in the grocery store that don't say kosher on it. And so you put it together, and then you think about who put that up. If all the food that don't say kosher on it is poison, then who put that together? Let's think on that. Could it be the same guys in Revelations chapter 2 verse 9 mentions? Could it be the same guys? So we got, hey, all of y'all are star seeds from somewhere. Some of y'all are original spirits of Earth, reptilian spirits. Some of y'all are, bird spirits. Some of y'all might even had a nickname, Bird, and you wonder why they call me Bird. Yeah, because you act like a bird, and your ass was a bird who came here and evolved into a human spirit. This is all part of a school of learning, a learning process. And if you think it ain't, how many hardships have you went through since you've been here? You put it together. That's all I'm telling you. How many problems you had to solve since you've been here? Since you came out the mother's womb and then said hello to this world. You weren't crying for no reason. You was crying because you had to leave where you came from. You don't remember? They make you not remember when you come there. That's why they touch you right here. That's why you got that little piece right here. Don't say nothing. And some of the babies slip up and say stuff, and they scare the hell out of people. You say, "Oh, I remember." Babies still talking about what they remember. Why? Because the kids that's coming through now are a whole different generation, a whole different breed of kids. Like we told you a long time ago, kids IQ kids once they start, kids IQ is gonna start out at a high level in these new times. Like if you test probably most of y'all kids, they definitely smarter than you was when you was a kid, when you was their age. I bet you that. A lot of your children are smarter than you. The bright ones. You got that one kid that's gone. He gonna be but that one kid, he really the protector of the rest of the nerd kids. You have one kid that's a nerd, they book writing, and this other kid, he just want to be video games, wrestle. He want to slam people on the ground. You know what I'm saying? He want to test this car out to see how it break. I remember that's Hakeem, right? And then Haru, my nerd. Hakeem smart too though, but he my rough up guy. He like to punch and rough people up. He little, right? He a little dude, but his idea of a good toy. See, Hakeem, his idea of a good toy, if it can break apart when he slamming on the ground, if it can break apart into itty bitty little pieces, oh man, that's a good toy. That toy I just busted on the ground and broke it. That's a good toy. If he break it on the ground, if he hit it on the ground and it don't break, man, something wrong with this toy. Right? Now, the next test of Hakeem's good toy or not, if it can flush down the toilet. Man, if it can flush down the toilet, that's a good toy. Yeah, that's a good toy, man. That toy can flush down the toilet. That's a good toy. They did a good job making that toy. It went straight down the toilet. Not only to go down the toilet, it clogs daddy toilet up and costs him $300 in plumbing work to get him out. Yeah, that's a good toy, man. That toy costs $300 or something now. I'm telling you, man. It's to the point so bad that he was doing it so bad that I had to go buy one of them things. I said, "Fuck, I ain't gonna pay nigga keep paying $300-400." So I went and got one of them things that you from Home Depot that you spin around the toilet, and then I started pulling them out myself. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, kids a trip, bro. That's the only good toy that he like. If it flush down the toilet or crack into a million pieces on the ground, well, he gotta put it back together and see do it again. I'm telling you, man. See do it break again. They gotta break it to. He come give me, man, Daddy, this toy didn't fall into pieces, man. When I put it on the ground, man, that ain't a good toy. You gotta take that back. They messed up the increments on this toy because they're supposed to break it to pieces now. So you got to give him little Lego stuff that he is, that'll break it to pieces. and he look, this dude in there building whole buildings with these magnet Lego things. He in there building whole buildings, like a whole 2-3 story building. And I said, man, that is nice that them toys. It's like he an engineer. He engineering his own buildings, and while he's young, it's like a good. Those Legos with the magnets on it. I don't know if they Legos really like blocks and they got magnets on the end. You can stick them, stick them on top of each other and hook them together, and they stack up like a building. Yeah, but when they got them for them, the people that they did a good job on those. Yeah, so man, yeah, work. Hey, make your kids hand on, man. Get them hands on. Get them some, stuff they can build. Legos. Legos are good for kids because they can build. I heard some bad stories about Legos too, though. Kids eating Legos. Like I said, a lot of Legos get flushed down the toilet around here where we at. Yeah, but man, that's all I want to tell you there. We're gonna be back though. We just put out some tapes with Raw on the video side. For the new people too. Also, we still got the 8 books for $45 to the donation. I mean, $45 donation to the Cash App or PayPal was on the screen right here. And what you do, leave your emails in the little box. When you send the money over, we send you the 8 books in PUF form straight to your email. So leave your email in the box. If you don't want the books and you already got the books or something, and you just want to show us love for the class, we got the Cash App on the screen. But we're gonna be back we might be back again tonight or tomorrow, man, because I got some more information to go with y'all. I got more videos, and like I said, we've been on for like almost 2 hours. We're gonna take a break and we're gonna come right back to a theater near you. So one love, one heart. All we gotta do is keep in our mind we won and we already won. It's a wrap. The devil or the adversary, whatever you want to call it, this energy has no more place on the Blue Rock. It's a wrap. They had 6,000 years to do that, whatever it is gonna do. They didn't get it off in time, so you lost. Fair and square, it's a wrap, right? So it's gonna take a long process, I believe, but we in the stages of this system going like this. We in the final stages of this system going like this. So all we gotta do is ride it down, and then when she get down, we keep them down. Like my granddad used to say, if you fighting a man, you got him on the ground, keep him on the ground. That was his favorite, because my granddad used to teach us how to fight and box and use guns. He was a warrior, you know what I'm saying? He always taught us about war. We was always we used to watch Bruce Lee all day, every day. He's a programmer of just a straight battle, right? And he said, when you got a man down, keep him down on the ground. Don't let him up. Keep that foot on him. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard to do a lot of stuff on the ground, but I even learned how to fight on the ground too. So yeah, I learned Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in the military on how to fight on the ground. So you get on the ground with me, yeah, that's my favorite spot, because now I can move, I can relax and jack you up. I can relax while I jack you up. You get on the ground with me, man, it's a problem. And I got strong grip too. And I'm going for your eyes, your testicles. I'm going for spots I know that you're gonna cry about. And you're gonna make sure it's gonna ensure that you remember me after that fight. Any fight that I had, people remember me. I'm biting you. I'm trying to rip your eye off, your nose, your eyeballs out, your tongue out, your teeth out. Something gonna be missing if you come jacking with me. I'm telling you, oh man, I'm telling you, I'm sounding like a little small volcano. Well, like a big volcano if you get me started. I'm telling you. We bite, we kick, we scream, all that. It'll be a historical event if you get into something with me, man. I'm telling you, for real. It'll be so historical. That'll be the worst day of your life. And probably be the worst day of mine too, probably. Because I go black out when I get like this, you know? I'm telling you, man, ask people. And that spirit got me into a lot of trouble. And that's why I'm glad I don't hang around people where I gotta be like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I don't like to hang around people where I gotta act a fool. You know what I'm saying? You get around fools, you gotta act a fool. And we're gonna leave you on that note. Why do
Never have it been made so clear.